In this video, we're talking the new patch 1.29 update for WWE 2K25. This update's adding the final chapter to the Roman Reigns Island storyline, along with the addition of some brand new moves and unlockables, including a new persona card. We've got details of how you can pick up a free persona and some huge discounts in the card market. Plus, we also have a small teaser that hints at the return of the island in 2K26. Before we get into any of that though, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. So let's talk the new patch 1.29 update for WWE 2K25, as the latest patch, which looks to be one of the final big updates for the game, is now live, with this clocking in at around 2GB on PlayStation and around 3.7GB on Xbox. When it comes to patch notes, 2K haven't provided any official notes since the 1.26 update. However, after installing the game and checking out the mods, a big part of the update is focused on the island, as the patch adds Chapter 5 of the Roman Reigns storyline, which is the final chapter in the story of the island. The new chapter is focused around the collection of medallions from each of the districts within the island, which you'll need to collect in order to access the Roman Reigns building that towers over the island. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail, as I don't want to spoil it for players that have yet to play it. However, once you get inside, the biggest surprise is that it now includes actual cutscenes, with these being the first cutscenes in the entire mode, as all the previous story elements use text-based stories similar to the 2K Originals content in 2K20. After collecting the medallions that you need to face Roman, the final boss sees you take on various forms of Reigns, as he uses the medallions to morph into various superhuman forms, with these featuring special powers and unique moves.
Even more supercharged than before. All of the medallions' powers combined? How could anyone defeat him? Well, this may be the island of possibility, but it's definitely not the island of likelihood for this competitor.
One of Roman's special forms is Luchador Roman Reigns, who comes with his own unique set of signatures and finishes, as he includes lucha versions of the spear and Superman punch, though rather than lock these behind the island, the new moves have also been added to create a moveset. To run through the new moves, there's 12 of them in total, with these including 2 corner springboard versions of the spear. Alongside the corner springboards, there's also a springboard spear. We have a running springboard spear that you can perform in ring, and a new version of the slingshot spear, with this one named Slingshot Spear 2. Also seeing new variants is the Superman punch, the first of which is a diving Superman punch from the top rope. There's also a middle rope version of this, named Middle Rope Superman Punch. And then we have 5 different springboard variants, with these listed as Springboard Superman Punch 1 through 5. In addition to the moves that were added for Roman, the update also added a new version of the Tombstone, with this one listed as Tombstone Piledriver 5, with this version most commonly associated with AEW stars Chris Statlander and Konosuke Takeshita. The new moves aren't the only new content that was added for the island, as the update also added the WWE ThunderDome, which has been added as a new arena. The ThunderDome was originally teased in the previous update, as a listing for Payback 2020 ThunderDome was added to the Titantron movies in Create an Entrance, and that's what this new arena is supposed to be, as despite featuring the raw graphics on the Trons and the apron, the arena is meant to be Payback 2020, with the player walking in the steps of Roman Reigns to take on The Fiend and Braun Strowman. Having played through the entire chapter and completed the story, the ThunderDome isn't included as one of the unlockables, as there's currently no way to unlock this outside of the mode, as it's currently locked to the island and only appears in this one match. The ThunderDome wasn't the only arena that was added in the update, as it also included a new Polynesian pro wrestling arena, which is a real promotion that featured The Rock's grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia. Unlike the ThunderDome, which is a brand new arena, the Polynesian Pro Wrestling Arena is a modified version of SummerSlam 88, as it uses the same entrance and the same ring with modified colours, though like the ThunderDome, this only appears in the island with no way of unlocking it. The inclusion of the ThunderDome and Polynesian Pro Wrestling are just the latest in a series of hidden arenas, as the island also contains the SmackDown Arena from early 2020, WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania X7, the original Black and Gold NXT Arena, and a custom version of Raw from the early 90s. So that's some of the new content that can't be unlocked. However, let's talk unlockables, as a new update has also added files for one of the newly announced Persona cards. As earlier this week, 2K announced that they're adding a new Elite Liv Morgan persona, which is the latest in the lineup of Mattel action figures, joining the likes of The Rock, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. In order to unlock the new Elite version of Liv, 2K have announced that she's set to be part of the upcoming Toy Titans 2 series in My Faction, though rather than pull the persona by opening card packs, Liv is a collection set reward, so you'll need to pull a set of specific cards in order to unlock her, though the cards needed have yet to be announced. As for when the Toy Titans 2 series will go live, the current featured pack is due to update next Friday on December 12th, so it's possible that it could drop then, though WWE Games modder Witty Whitson notes that the game files are listing a new decorated series next, so we may have to wait a little bit longer. On the subject of Persona cards, for players that own the WrestleMania 41 pack, you can now pick up a free Persona via My Faction, as 2K have added a new live event that requires the Cody Rhodes WrestleMania 41 character, and if you use that to complete the match, this will reward you with the Cody Rhodes 22 Persona, which is the version of Cody from Hell in a Cell, where he appeared bruised and wrestled with a torn pec. The live event to unlock Cody is available until January 2nd, so there's a few weeks left to unlock him. Meanwhile, if you fancy picking up some extra Persona cards, the My Faction card market has lowered a lot of the prices on the older Personas, with the cheapest being the Sapphire tier that includes the demastered versions of Roman Reigns, Asuka and Xavier Woods, as these are now available for just 2,500 points or 2,000 VC. Ruby tier is down to 8,450 points or 6,500 VC, and that'll get you Miz in a suit, Bray Wyatt NWO, demastered Charlotte and AJ Styles or Roman Reigns 24, while the Amethyst tier is also fairly cheap, and that includes the new version of John Cena in his Brussels gear, the new version of Alexa Bliss, and demastered Kurt Angle. As for the rest, the Diamond and Pink Diamond tiers are also discounted, but it's likely these will drop even further once the higher cards are added to the market. Either way, if you have points or VC to spare, there's a few cheaper options there if you want to unlock some new characters. Finally, going back to the island update, one of the things that I was most interested to see was whether we got some sort of teaser at the end for what we can expect in 2K26, and while there wasn't any big reveal or teasers of what 2K are planning, there is one line of dialogue that suggests 2K26 will return to the island, as after completing the mode, there's a text-based cutscene with Paul Heyman, where Heyman addresses the player's character and states, "This time next year, you'll wish you never set foot on this island." The text appears to set things up for 2K26 and a possible return to the island, as Heyman appears to have plans in place to exact his revenge. As for what the island could look like in 2K26, given that Roman was defeated and Heyman seems to be the main villain, it's possible that we could see him turn to the Vision, which would bring the island up to date with current storylines. So that's everything that was contained in the new patch update, along with a small tease for the future. So let me know what you make of it in the comments, and stay tuned to the channel for more on WWE 2K26. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.